Oh, girl. Oh, I'm almost out, honey. I'm gonna have to run back up there and get me a venti this time. Oh, girl, this thing is good. Mm. Oh, well, hey, babe. What's going on, everybody? Girl, don't mind me. I'm over here sipping on my strawberry. What is it? A strawberry acai? I hope I said that right. Because I used to think the word was strawberry acai. ACAI. But I believe it's strawberry acai. Lemonade refresher, girl. This thing is good, honey. Because I ain't been doing coffee, right? So because I ain't been doing coffee, I'm like, my homegirl gave me a little, Mother's Day gift card. And I was like, well, I need to use this thing at Starbucks, but I ain't drinking no coffee. So anywho, I decided to get the refresher and girl, the strawberry one is definitely jumping. Come on, Destiny's Child. So I'm probably gonna go get me another one before the day is out because that thing is good. But anyway, girl, I wanted to come and talk to y'all real quick about Summer House because we definitely have to get into some things when it comes to Summer House. Bria, I've had it all the way up here, girl. All the way up here and back there. You're getting on my nerves. And I hope that you do indeed leave the house, okay? You got my homegirl put out the house on last week. And now it's time for your ass to go ahead and leave the house on this week. And because of that, I really want to talk about some things. So let's just hop into it. All right. Y'all know last week's episode, Nick let everybody know that he does have a girlfriend. And this week he decided to show everybody what his girlfriend looks like. Okay. He has been in everybody's DMs, although he's been dating this girl, according to him, for about a year and a half now. He's been in other ladies' DMs and even saying that Shanice is like his wife or whatever. So that's that. What else happened? He says that his girlfriend wants to keep their relationship private. I don't necessarily believe him. You know what I'm saying? I think that he's the one that wants to keep it private, and maybe she does too or whatever, but I think he wants it more than her. But at the end of the day, I said, you said she wants the relationship private, but then you decided to show her photo on national television. Well, so long for being private, okay? Anywho, girl, let's move on. So Shanice is having to leave for work, but I do believe that she's going to return the following weekend. She has some things that she has to do, so it is what it is. All right. Now, Nick asks Silas. He pulls him to the side at some point in the show where he asks him would he consider himself controlling when it comes to his relationship with Jasmine, and Silas says it may seem that way, but it comes from me being a planner and wanting things to go right. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really where it really comes from, and I'm like. No, Silas, I don't think it has anything to do with you being a planner. I just think that you see certain characteristics in your wife when she gets with her friends and she gets in her comfortable zone, being her damn self, and you can't really take that. I think that she put up a facade being in a relationship with you so she can get up out that car that she was living in or whatever. And when she gets with her friends, you see who she really is, but you've taken on whatever perception of her that you want to take on of her. And when you see her change when she gets around her friends, it might make you question some things. But I also think that you've never really been that guy that a lot of women may have gone after or whatever. So you might have your own insecurities or whatnot. Even if you are a guy that a lot of women go after, they still have their insecurities too. But you might have other unresolved things going on with you prior to you getting in a relationship with her. I don't think it has shit to do with you being no planner and wanting things to go right. I think that you might just be a bit insecure. Come on, Candiace. I think you're insecure. That's what it's giving. Nick tells him, you being overly controlling and protective or whatever may make her kind of let her guard down in those areas or something. Nick was telling him may make her not be so overly protective of herself or some stupid shit. I don't know what Nick was saying, but at the end of the day, Silas goes on to tell him that Jasmine is very independent and she does a great job at managing things and their schedule. And I'm like, but you just said that you're a planner. So that's not even making sense. If you're a planner and you want things to go right, you also said that she does a great job at planning as well and managing y'all schedule and other stuff like that. So it's giving that she can do that on her own. You are just controlling and making sure that she doesn't step out of bounds of what it is that you want. And it makes me question, do you really know your wife? Like, I don't know. It's something about them. It is what it is. All right. Then he goes on to say that he likes to make sure things are paid on the back end. Whatever the answer was that Silas gave Nick, it was definitely giving fluff. Silas was like, I'm not going to take advice from somebody that ain't even married or whatever, and somebody that got a secret ass girlfriend. Like, you can't tell me nothing. And I'm like, yeah, true, I understand you on that, but at the same time, it doesn't mean that he can't observe and see some things that may be wrong, you know? So it is what it is. Nick pretty much tells him to give Jasmine the space that she needs to do the things that she needs to do on her own, you know, and just watch her shine from where she's at. You don't have to hover over her and stand over her and make sure that she's falling in line. Yeah, that's going to end up being a problem. Definitely going to end up being a problem over time, but I feel like it's a problem that Jasmine created because I think Jasmine just wanted to be married to somebody, wanted to be needed by somebody, and she's willing to go along to get along. So it is what it is. Bria talks about Nick's girlfriend and how she wants to know more about her and how she believes when her man Simon gets there, everybody's going to drill him and stuff. And I'm like, girl, ain't nobody give a fuck about Simon for real, girl. Girl, you want them to drill him so bad so that they could be so impressed by him the way that you are. Girl, fuck you and Simon. Anywho, let's keep going. Okay. So, Nick is questioned about his girlfriend and him not sharing the details but trying to be a player. And Nick's, he doesn't want to own up to him saying that Shanice was his wife. And it's like, Nick, if everybody is telling you that's what you said, why are you lying? Why are you lying? But then on the flip side, why am I expecting him to not lie when he wasn't even open about having a girlfriend and stuff? And then when you first got into the house, you made it seem like you was going to let Amir go after Jordan or whatever like that, and then you'll swoop in at a later time. But the whole time you had a girlfriend. You're a fraud. Let's keep going. I just feel like Nick is a liar, and I hope his girlfriend sees these things, right? So Alex tells us that he knew that he had a girlfriend, but he didn't know how serious the relationship was. And I don't know if Alex is telling the truth or not, because Alex does strike me as a person that's like, girl, I'm not even like, if you say you got a girl, cool. I ain't finna be all up in y'all tea like that trying to find out what the hell y'all got going on. Like, I ain't even finna, you know what I'm saying? I ain't finna do that shit. Like, y'all do what y'all do or whatever. So that's just kind of like, you know, I mean, if Alex saying that, then he probably telling the truth. Anywho, who knows? What else? Bria pulls Jasmine to the side to speak about Simon coming and the fact that he's supposed to be staying for a week, right? So Jasmine knows that he was coming, but she wasn't expecting him to stay as long as he was staying. Okay. I personally feel like Bria, the BITCH, you can't get somebody kicked out the house last week and then think that your man gets to stay as long as the fuck he wants to. I don't give a fuck if the nigga flying from Australia. Okay? I do not care, ma'am. All right? So it is what it is. That's his fault. If he know he want to stay 3 days, maybe he should fly out an extra day earlier or whatever the case is so that he can actually be here and enjoy the 3 days he gonna be here for. Not nobody else's problem, and damn sure ain't nobody else's fault. Okay. What else? Jasmine says she wants to run it by the group. It's only fair and it's only right, because if it was somebody else, Bria would have been like, run it by the group. Okay, Bria would have wanted to have a group discussion. So how Jasmine is handling this situation is absolutely correct, because just because she and her husband are the host doesn't mean that other people aren't going to feel uncomfortable or whatever, and they got to live in this space too, so it's only right. And then Jasmine is inviting 2 new people. Can't remember their names. One of their names is Jason. Forgot the other girl's name, but she's inviting 2 new people. And I like how Jasmine was just like, listen, your man is going to be here longer than the core people that are actually supposed to be in this house. No, ma'am. No fucking ma'am. I was here for that. Like, no. So then he'll go to producer. Bria did bring the conversation to you and asked about it. So they run the flashback. Bria says that her man wanted to come out the last week. Bria never said her man wanted to come and stay the full last week. So let's be very clear. Bria never asked them that. I did not see no footage of that. The footage that y'all played was Bria letting them know when he was coming out. So they're believing that he's coming out during the last week. They don't know what day and they don't know for how long, right? So I didn't hear Bria say he'll need to stay a whole week. I heard her say because of his flight, he'll be needing to come out the last week. That's all she said. Only for us to find out that he's coming the week before last on that Thursday and then staying the whole time during that last week. No, ma'am. It is what it is. I think he should come for 2 or 3 days, and when he leaves, your ass need to go with him. It's really just that simple, in my personal opinion. That's just what it is. So, yeah, that's what I saw. I didn't see her asking, can he stay for a whole week? I ain't see none of that. She said he was coming out, not that he was staying. Anywho, Bria calls Simon and tells him about how Jasmine may not be down for him staying for a whole week. And it's the fact that that's what you get, Jasmine, because you invited a bitch that, number one, you didn't even want to come. You was doing a favor to another friend. And then number two, the fact that Bria sits up there and talks to her man and then tells him somebody isn't going along with it. Guess who isn't going along with it? And he guesses Jasmine, lets me know that Bria be talking about you like a dog to this man. And you still sitting over here giving her grace. When she brought that fucking dog and y'all start having issues, you should have sent her home then, in all honesty. Okay, so I'm just kind of like, that's what you get. Trying to overly accommodate a chick that you don't even really care for real, for real. What? Absolutely. No, ma'am. Silas and Bria end up having a conversation, and Silas says he is the host, and first of all, let's go back. When Bria was talking to Simon and saying that Jasmine does not agree with him coming to stay that long, I feel like she had a valid reason, because it only makes sense like, girl, we're gonna have too many people in his house. He overstaying his welcome longer than some folks. It's not fair. And in addition to that, Jasmine was also saying that may be how I feel, but everybody else in the house might be okay. So she wanted to open up the conversation on the floor, but you making it seem like Jasmine mad, she don't want it, so it's gonna be the end all be all, ain't nobody else gonna want it. Not necessarily, okay? But anywho, so Silas and Bria. Silas says he's the host and he isn't going to override everyone else's decision to agree, as he shouldn't. He can, I do feel, as the host, right? But to take everybody else's feelings into consideration, cool, because just like y'all voted to get somebody else out the house, y'all should also vote whether her man can come in and stay as long. I feel like everybody knew about Jason and the other girl coming, and they knew that Simon was coming, but I don't think everybody knew how long Simon was going to stay, okay? So Bria says he and Jasmine get to have each other and she doesn't. BITCH, you're right, because they're the host. In addition to that, they're the only ones here that's married. So, yeah, they get to have somebody. And this ain't your trip. That's the thing for me, that you feel like somebody's supposed to sympathize with you, agree with you, go along with you and how you feel because you ain't got nobody there. Girl, don't nobody give a fuck who you got. That's on you. I don't know. I just feel like she tried to play them folks. So then she flips the conversation and make it about race and says, well, if this is going to be something about, race or something she said, then I'm going to go there. Something she said where basically she was letting him know, if you're not going to let my man come, then I'm going to make this whole situation about race. And then when everybody looks at you on TV, they're going to look at you as though you're a racist. Like, that's what I got where she was trying to flip the conversation. But here's the gag, bitch. You sat up there trying to make it seem like that man don't want your man there because of race. And then you flew your stupid ass out there to either Italy, Germany, wherever the fuck you went. And then you and your sister got racially profiled. Now, how does that feel? How does that feel that you tried to spew this on this man, make it seem like he didn't want your significant other there because of race, and then you going into a store trying to shop, and then you get arrested or whatever, and it's sad and it's unfortunate all because you were black. It's not right. It's not fair, but you tried to play that race card on that man, right? You tried to play him and see how karma hit your ass. But anywho, let's go ahead, and if y'all looking for the live or whatever, look on YouTube. Somebody probably got it somewhere where Bria was racially profiled or arrested or whatever it happened overseas, and she's giving this whole spiel about what happened. And I have to be honest, y'all, I did not care. I was like, girl, anyway, girl, you be trying to have that proximity to them so bad, and they be trying to remind your ass that you ain't that close over here, girl, so scoot over. Good luck. Let's keep going. All right. So then Bria flipped the conversation. She flips the conversation to being about race or whatever. We talked about that. Bria flipped. She flipped what the man said in the flashback. Okay. Bria tried to say, I feel like it is about race. You know why I feel like it's about race? It's about race because you said that you want black women to only marry black men. Girl, the flashback said that the man wanted black women to be married, period. His preference for black women is black men, but he wants them to be married, period. That's like a job application or a job posting where they say they prefer that you have a master's degree. It does not mean that it's required, because a person with a bachelor's degree might have more experience than a person with a master's. So it is what it is, right? So same thing with a white man. He prefers a black man, but that white man may respect you and hold you up and whatever the case is and value you more than that black man. So go off and be married, sis. You purposely misconstrue his shit for when it's beneficial to you. And if you felt the issue about what he said, why you ain't check him then? And then you wait until you can use it against him and use it to your advantage. Bitch, you're a manipulator, period. And I can't stand her. If y'all do this show again, y'all better not bring that girl back. Girl, we'll find some beef with Jasmine, bring Mariah back, and we'll see her issues with Jasmine. We can see issues with Jordan, Shanice, and whoever else, but y'all better not bring Bria back. Like, if Bria comes back, y'all already barely getting views. Y'all views is as low as Love and Marriage Huntsville, to be honest, okay? So y'all, to me, are barely getting views. So if you bring her back, y'all probably really not getting views because ain't nobody featuring this woman at all. So miss me with the shit. Anywho, I believe Simon checks her, right? He checks her, and then he says, you really think that I wouldn't have him here because of race? Like, that's really what you thinking? He says that it breaks his heart for her to try and put that off on him. And you know, Jasmine that came outside trying to see what they talking about, and Bria kind of cuts her off like, no, we're talking, whatever else, da-da-da-da-da. And then gonna sit up there, and now when he tells her, like, you break my heart, and he kind of got a little loud, she's like, he's yelling at me, he's so loud. Girl, what? What? You just try to put a label on this man and misconstrue what he said. Shout out to the proof and the facts of what they played back. You tried to play this man. Now, you didn't want Jasmine there at first, but now you want Jasmine there so that you could deflect and you can manipulate, because that's what you are. And I can't take it. So I said Bria is a manipulator and trying to make the situation about race. No, ma'am. Now she's saying she's being lied on. BITCH, ain't nobody lying on you. You did all of this to him only to take your ass to Germany. And I already talked about that. I think it was Germany, in Italy, wherever she went, and was racially profiled. Girl, shut the hell up. Her and her sister. Anywho, now Bria saying she's leaving and how she hate these people in this house. I said, bitch, bye. Bye, ho. Bye. Bye, bitch. Get your and get the fuck out. Bye. Go ahead. And take your mangy ass fucking dog with you, bitch. Go ahead. Bye, Marlo. Bye. Get the fuck out. So, I felt like he already allowed your dog to be here. He already allowed your dog to come in. So I love when he went in the room to have a conversation with her and tell this bitch, we've already made an exception for you. I said, come on. Come on now. Your dog been ripping and running and going all over through the house and doing whatever the hell it is he want to do, like he own it, girl. And I love dogs. Make no mistakes about it. Love them down. Okay? But at the same time, if I'm on a trip and it's unexpected, like, I don't want to have to force myself to get along and like your dog. If your dog, like, I don't want to have to do all of that. Okay? Like, girl, no, ma'am. Let somebody know. You don't know who got allergies or who in that house is afraid of a damn dog, and you just decide to bring the dog without even letting the host know. Are you okay? Just a lack of consideration the entire time, but want to sit up here and say that ain't nobody, nobody is, taking her feelings into consideration. Bitch, you ain't take nobody's feelings into consideration when you brought that dog. And knowing how your personality is, you probably was like, I'm going to bring them anyway, and I don't care how they feel. They're going to have to deal with it. Because you keep telling people that's a you problem. And I wish Silas would have turned around and told her ass that back when she was talking about her man not being able to stay. I wish he would have said, that's a you problem. That's a you problem, Bria. Sorry, not my problem. Not my problem. That's a you problem. Figure out where he's going to stay, but he's not going to be here. That's a you problem. That's just how I feel about that. So anywho, she says she keeps being disrespected. Girl, for somebody that just got somebody out the house last week, you want to sit up here and talk about being disrespected? You got somebody sit home last week and you want to talk about being disrespected? I can't. Silas says that they've already made an exception for her with her dog. Shout out to him. Then she speaks on them. Well, you guys have sex every night. I can't smash my dog to get off. Where is this coming from? So basically you're sexually frustrated is what you're saying. You're sexually frustrated. What part of you did not host this trip are you not understanding? Huh? What part of you're not in charge are you not understanding? What part of y'all ain't married are you not understanding? Are you okay? Like, the only couple in the house is them. Ain't nobody else bring their mates. So why are you so obligated? Like, I don't understand that. Like, ugh. So Silas is like, they're the only couple married. Bria's calling him. So then he leaves or whatever. She wants him out. So he's leaving. Then she called. No, he said, you're a manipulator. And she's like, well, you're controlling. So Bria mad because she's trying to smash on somebody. And then she's also mad that she's trying to finesse the whole group, or at least finesse the host to get her way, manipulate them. And ain't nobody going for it. Yes, I feel like Silas has controlling aspects of him that he needs to work on. And also, a lot of that controlness for me comes from the lack of him really knowing who his wife is because of how soon y'all got married. For real. And whatever other issues he's dealing with. So I feel like Bria ain't really lying in that aspect. And neither is him with calling her a manipulator. But at the same time, it was unwarranted because it's like that ain't even a topic of conversation at this time. We talking about you being a manipulator. We talking about how a lot of people in the house not even in agreement with your man staying as long as he's trying to stay. How you're trying to force him on everybody. Like, what? Girl, what? Like, no, ma'am. And then you want to bring up him being controlling. Okay, but guess what? Your nigga still can't stay. So what else we talking about? What else is going on? He's still not going to stay? So what are we really doing here? Like, Bria got on my fucking nerves, and I pray to God that we're seeing her pack up her shit. Get your shit, and get out, okay? Tired of her. Now, I do know some people gonna be like, oh my God, I mean, like, if Bria wasn't over here showing her ass, then we wouldn't have nothing to watch. Well, then, girl, they gonna have to make up some other drama. Bring somebody else into the house that's when they bring it and give it, because this right here that she's giving, girl, it's giving cringe. All right? Ain't nobody trying to see her bicker and all of that. Like, girl, no, ma'am. They can figure out entertainment another way. We do not need no damn Bria around, okay? But that was pretty much the situation, the story. I want to hear you guys' thoughts. Do you feel like her man should have been able to stay for a whole week? Do you feel like they should have given her some leeway, or do you feel like she was manipulating the situation as a whole? Leave your thoughts and comments down below. Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, or follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie, that's me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.